Learner diversity, we are looking at social economic status, mostly poverty. We celebrate the variations on the human theme. We are not standardized products, and we celebrate that. These differences, however, are surface level things. We celebrate differences knowing that at the deepest level, there is far more that binds us, far more in which we have in common than which we do not. At the deepest level, we are the same, the same, the same. These differences are mere surface level things. Big picture here. Some of these areas of diversity we look at in our schools are these, and we are focusing on social economic status today. Thinking about what binds us, what do all humans want, regardless of their circumstance or place? What do they all strive for or to be or become? We all want these things, whether we are in second grade or 72 years old. All parents want to be able to raise their children to care for their families in peace. And all humans want to pursue their dreams, to be joyful and to find meaningful endeavors. This is what binds us. These are the things that keep us together. Some facts and figures. Social economic status is related very much to income. Low scores, you can see low income. Middle scores, low, middle, high income, and high scores. Some disturbing facts. The gap between the rich and the poor in America continues to increase. And this is from the 2003 census data. The number of the poverty rate in America rose from 12.1% to 12.5%. This is about 35.9 million people living in poverty. The number and rates of families living in poverty also increased, 9.6 to 10. This is about 7.6 million people. During this time, the number of people without health insurance rose from 15.2 to 15.6, 45 million. This is 2003, by the way, and it is 2010 as I make this video. The number of uninsured children in 2003 was 11.4, about 8.4 million. This is 2003, mind you. I want to put a real face on poverty and children living in poverty. I've included some pictures so that you can see numbers in poverty, how this has changed. This is number in millions from 1990 to 2003. Millions, again, put it in another form from 2005, and you can find these facts, figures, and graphs in a variety of places. Rates of poverty related to race and ethnicity. You can see it's higher for people of color. There are reasons for that. Our job is to find out what those reasons are and try to eliminate those. Here's the number of poverty and poverty rates from 1959 to 2009. That gives us a good overview. 59. Numbers and rates, the numbers have gone up. Rates went down initially, but now they are moving back up to 14.3%. A little perspective. These are where poverty is the highest, and you can see it down in these southern states. I live in Minnesota. This has not as much, but it is an issue wherever we go. Children living in poverty, and this is some of the sad stuff that you see. 2008, broken down by ethnicity, by race, I'm sorry. Okay, share of income, low income single mother families, and you can see that these have risen since 79, high in 2000, 2004. The impact on education. It has a tremendous impact on education. It affects the cognitive development of children and the school. Poverty is the cause. Poor test scores are the effect. Just one effect that we can see and measure. Children living in poverty are more apt to have experienced undernutrition during pregnancy. Children living in poverty are more apt to suffer hunger or malnutrition during school years and preschool years. That affects your performance. Your performance in school affects your future and your future ability to earn income. The effects of an insufficient diet on school children: fatigue, irritability, you can't concentrate, you have frequent colds, and you are sick more often. Children living in poverty, this is data, have more health problems, are less likely to receive good medical care, are more apt to live in substandard housing, are more apt to be victims of child abuse and neglect. Think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're worried about this stuff, and hunger and food and your safety, are you going to be able to learn at your highest level? Are you going to be able to learn, period? Are you able to come to school ready or able to learn? No, these children are less likely to come to school ready and able to learn. They are behind, even when they start. That is not fair. In terms of academic schools, children living in lower socioeconomic status areas tend to have less access to books, social networks, people talking about things, and are less apt to have computers. They are less likely to have acquired knowledge of the world from outside their home or neighborhood. And knowledge about the world builds your cognitive networks. The knowledge you have in your head enables you to learn and understand more. Children living in low SES tend to enter kindergarten and first grade with lower verbal reading and math skills when compared to their peers. When compared to their peers, they've made smaller gains than other children by the end of third grade. They're more apt to be absent or move around and more apt to fail in school. Why would we want this? One of the best research-based strategies, I've said this before, is called breakfast. One of the best research-based strategies are those strategies to alleviate poverty, to alleviate bad or no health care. Children living in poverty are more apt to be recommended for placement in remedial or special education programs. Does this mean that people living in poverty, children, adults, are not as smart or as capable? Certainly not. That would be a spurious correlation, but there tend to be situations and circumstances. They are 5 times more apt to drop out of high school. Here are some very real faces. Reading test scores: eligible, not eligible for free lunches, eligible, not eligible, eligible. Being eligible for free lunch is one measure of socioeconomic status. You can see the difference in test scores. Writing scores, same thing. As the percentage of students who are eligible for free lunch increased, the scores decreased. Same in mathematics. Percentage increase, scores decrease. So, our educational response. I'll be looking at this in the next video.